Oh my God, it's a fly reel in a case.
Kyle here with Wicked Alaska, and today we're adventuring down on the Kenai chasing some rainbow trout. Like any fishing trip, the adventure is so much more than just catching a fish.
That's a deep hole.
In this adventure, fishing turned into an all-out treasure hunt.
Yeah!
Let's see what Mr. Beaver has used for building materials. We found all sorts of awesome things on the river. I can't wait to share the adventure with you.
You'll find salmon carcasses along the trail anywhere you go on the Kenai. This place gets just overrun with salmon. All right, let's see if we can get down to the river without busting our butt on this ice luge. So we're down here, it's March. Still a lot of ice along the banks, but the river's still low and you can easily cross the Kenai for wade fishing in a lot of different sections. Oh, hopefully I still got my bug. Yeah, got my bug. That didn't feel like a big one though. We got Justin fishing a riffle upstream of me, and so far we've had maybe 1 or 2 bites. I had one on for just a couple seconds and popped off, but we're still waiting for the first fish to hit the net. A thing that's important to remember when you're winter fishing in Alaska for trout is that they're cold-blooded. When the temperature decreases, their metabolism and urge to feed also decreases. After checking the temperature of the water, I'm noticing that it is pretty cold. It is just above freezing in the river. I'm seeing 33, so fishing should be pretty slow today. So we fished this spot for about an hour and a half. We're gonna adventure around to a different spot and use our time wisely while we're down here on the Kenai. All these big ice shelves along the side of the river start to break up in the spring, and they form these pretty slippery slides to walk up and down. So you gotta choose where you're gonna enter and exit the river without eating it. It's rare when you can stand right in the middle of the Kenai and only be about knee deep. Oh shit. Once you find some exposed riverbed that's not underwater, you start finding all the salmon carcasses from last year that had kind of just settled into the slow water and then froze. There's still even some skin and meat on the bones. Now that things are thawing out, you can start smelling it, and when the water level rises up again, it'll pick up all this dead fish flesh and carcass and float it around in the river, and the trout really like to eat that stuff too. And so after that point, it's a good time of year to start fishing with flesh flies. That's kind of like the pre-bead season up here. I feel like we're gonna have to bushwhack a little bit because the trail's over here. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a domino effect or what, but it seems like it really messed up that one area. We're not far, it's just gonna get more annoying down this way. Oh, Jesus. Getting sweaty. This will warm your feet up. Oh, no busted knees here, no busted knees. Just walking over a bunch of grizzly bear dens. Yeah. Oh.
That's a deep hole.
It's gonna be worth it, I hope.
Hopefully.
Oh, this is much better. Whew. What we do for the chance of catching a fish.
Hopefully catch fish.
Yeah, not even to catch a fish, but just the chance.
The chance
of catching a fish. So we could do this two ways. We could fish down to it, or we could just walk down to it and then fish up. That'd be cool to just get down there to see what it looks like and then choose what we want to focus our time on. These little ice crystals are so cool though.
Oh, I know.
Hell yeah! A reel. Yeah. Can't see it anymore.
So funny.
It's a spool.
Oh, it's just a spool. Is it empty? Oh no, it's not empty.
It like it wrapped around the stick and then probably floated down here and then settled. We found some river trash, maybe treasure, actually in pretty good shape. I'm gonna bring it home and clean it up. It's warm all of a sudden.
I was feeling a little warm once we got out of the woods.
Yeah. It's one of those like front lean rest bars, so like you'd put it in the front of the boat and
Yeah.
up against it and fish. A boat flipped or something and they just full yard sail. There's a couple of boats that are like in complete carnage downriver, so I can imagine that happens frequently through the canyon here.
Oh yeah.
And for the low price of $0, it couldn't be yours. Because I don't want it.
Got the wrist guards on the Sims Bulkley jacket. You tighten them up, no water gets up your arm, so you can reach underwater. Check out my review on my channel where I review the Sims Bulkley jacket. Best jacket I've ever owned.
I'll post a link to his channel if you want to check it out. He's got a lot of cool fishing stuff on that channel.
Yeah, it's a little falling apart. Probably been here a while. Look at the hook. The hook is just, there's no tip.
Ground down.
Yeah.
I was just looking down underneath the ice as I was making a cast, and I saw something that looked like a rock with some white speckles on it. And then I came up closer to it and I realized that it says fly reels, but I don't know what it is. It looks a little strange still. I'm gonna check it out. Oh my God. It's a fly reel in a case. Dude, fly reel in a case. Yeah. Oh. And we got some more. Piece of fly rod. Dude, this one's worth taking a second to do an unboxing. Galvin fly reels. It's got a little bit of a mud to it. It's a Galvin fly reel.
Surprise.
Let's wash this off. It's got a pretty cool color though. It's
Got like
that
blue backing.
forest green with a blue backing. Yeah, let's rinse this out a little bit and get a better idea of what it looks like. Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Made in USA.
Actually, it doesn't look like it's been in there all that long.
Take it apart and clean it, and it'll probably be a little seized.
I found many reels in the Kenai before, and every single one of them has the same feature, and that is sand and rocks and silt all along the rim of the reel and the spool. And so more times than not, we could dunk it under the water and spin it around a little bit, see if I can get it to free up.
There you go. It is also overspooled. It's got a lot of line on it.
Oh, I see it. It's starting to move pretty good now.
Yeah.
Spool it out a little bit, tighten the drag up, and
Should put it on your rod.
and then put it on the rod and catch the fish. Damn, that thing's looking clean.
Yeah, it looks nice. Are you familiar with this Galvin fly reels? I've
never heard of
them.
them.
Made in USA though. Cool, well good find, Kyle.
During most times of the year, a lot of these areas are kind of impossible to get to because it's under a ton of water and the water is moving really fast. Would be somewhat dangerous to try to figure out a way to walk through this area. Found this little beetle guy on the ice. He's just chilling. We got something else here. It's under a lot of ice. Looks like we found a camp chair right next to a Russian River fly. Actually a couple of them. Lots of flies in here. We're gonna move some stuff around and see what we can find underneath this ice. I don't know what this is, but it's seemingly impossible to get to it because it's under this big thing of ice and it's way up underneath there. And I don't want to lean underneath there and have this big ice thing kill me. So on to the next thing. We got some beaver work up here on the bank, and then we got this big bunch of sticks. Let's see what Mr. Beaver has used for building materials. Maybe he's brought in some shiny stuff. One thing that I'm immediately noticing is all the sticks are just wrapped up in fishing line, and they all have Russian River flies and hooks and stuff like that attached to them. I'm sure the beaver hates the fact that when he collects his sticks, he gets poked a bunch. One thing that's kind of cool about this is because the water's so low, we can kind of see the entrance of the dam. So we're gonna poke the camera in there and see what the dam looks like at the entrance. I'm imagining that the beaver is just collecting all of the shiny objects that he can find in the river, and he has this collection inside his den, and it's very Lord of the Rings, My Precious like. And there's another entrance over here too, so check that out as well. This might be a little hard to grab hold of, so I'm gonna put the camera down. It drops off pretty far down here, and it's really silty, and I don't want to fall in. Yeah! An Orvis reel! Yeah! The beaver dam was the good luck charm. All sorts of fly line under there, wow. Oh, there's a rod and reel underneath there. Let's think about how to get that in a safer way. Ooh, that's an ugly stick. Yeah, boy! Oh, we have a Shakespeare ugly stick. That thing's still got a lot of life in it. Awesome. We're gonna have to fix that reel up a little bit, but that is a good find. When you're fishing the Kenai and you snag something that feels like an impossible snag, this is probably what you caught. Ooh, are any of these like the NRS ones? Oh yeah, the NRS tie downs are the best. Let's pull that out. I really like these NRS straps for the raft. They hold up really well, having been in the water for a long time. So when you find one, pick it up because it's still very usable. You also got to be careful when you're going through stuff like this because there's hooks in everything and it's all nasty, rusty stuff. So the hooks that you're going to get poked with are not going to be ones that you want to get poked with.
there you have it. 4-foot NRS strap. I see something pretty great, just a little deep. I'm gonna try to reach out and get it with my net. And if I can't get that, then I'm gonna probably search around on the bank for something longer to scoop this, but this is looking pretty good. Woo! Oh. Ooh, the hands got pretty cold on that one. Not as great as I thought it was gonna be, but an old bait caster reel nonetheless. So I just checked the temperature of the water. We're a couple miles downstream, actually many miles downstream now, and we're sitting at 34, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So almost 2 degrees warmer many miles down the river. Tells us it's still cold out, that's for sure. Well, we struck out on the fish at this spot, but we found a whole bunch of treasures. So it was still fun to come down here and adventure around. All right, we made it to our next and final stop, Cooper Landing Brewery, for an excellent rally burger, because they have the best burgers ever. Want more Alaskan adventures? Subscribe to the YouTube channel Wicked Alaska. See you on the trail.